Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we are back with another Blindsided Creation Challenge. Again, this one was sent to us by Minute Craft. This is her over here on Instagram. And yeah, so far she's really been the one to send these things in. So yeah, this is another bracelet book pattern. It is number 79193. So let's see. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. How many colors are there? A, B, C, D. So there's 4 colors. 2, 2, 2, 2. All right, that's... All right, we're definitely going to play with the colors. So yeah, going into this, basically all I know is the number of strings that the project will have. And so, yeah, that looks like a pretty good, decent chunk. All right, Control V. Now we gotta swing this around 90 degrees. Rotate. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with its direction. I guess that's fine. It's a little weird. I don't know what to use as the center, though. Okay, so they're scaling it. Let's take a look at this a little closer. See, we have this like a nice diamond here that could make for a good center. Another one down here. So basically, I'm not sure how it's running through the colors. The yellow, then this. Yes, this is a little bit confusing. This is a little bit weird, but yeah, I think we can use like this diamond as our center, and then it goes out both directions from that. Would it make more sense if we went off of this one, though? Let's move it up to this. I want to have enough that I can see what I'm doing up here. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 colors. That's really weird, but it's going to be cool when it mirrors itself. I'm not sure if this... So this, what I picked up here, this is for my 8-string, but doubled up. So the amount of space from the center to the top isn't very long. I think what we're going to do is switch to this, which is 8 strings, but single-stranded. Because, let's copy this piece here and put it over here. Because this will give us more space to work with it, right? So we can actually get more of the pattern to do a thing. So in which case we can move this up here. Kind of actually feel like we can actually make it a little bit bigger too. So yeah, this is some of the stuff that doing a blindsided creations means I don't get the chance to sort of work out in advance all the little technical things. So I'm not sure I want to use the same colors. I'm very confused. All right, let's try changing up the colors. Let's go with red, orange, yellow, and a purple. Let's start with a purple. We never start with purples. Because I didn't want to use green. In case you're wondering what that was all about, like I just I didn't want to use green. All right, we had to anchor the layer because the paint won't let me do anything until I do that. So purple, let's change this to a circle. So we got purple, let's put our colors down because it's going to be, we're in for a ride here. Orange next. Let's see this one. That's cool. And then a yellow. Okay. So purple, and then the next one out will be our red. Next one out is orange. And the next one out is yellow. And that appears that we have it right on the right line because the blue is like outside of it. So this is right. All right, let's see if we do this. Cool. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be our yellow. So grab up the yellow and then fill hole selection. So there we changed that to that. Now we can go to this one. Grab our paint. Grab the orange. Great. Next we grab this one. Grab the paint. Grab the red. There. This one. So there's our colors. This will just make it easier for me. Honestly, at this point, I just make it easier. Go back to the filling similar colors and Control A. Wow, that looks way more psychedelic. It's mostly because it's got like blotches from around the edges. That's awesome. All right. So then it's the purples out here. And this purple comes out over here. 1, 2, 3, yeah. The little half ones really always mess me up. Like there's, I've been using my same kind of bracelet making patterns for so long, and I'm so used to my way of like the string will do this, right? I mean, that makes sense. But having like a little half diamond, that to me does not make any sense. Like that's not even a, I don't understand the principle of putting that into your pattern making thing. So yeah, I think making this a little bit longer is going to make it a little bit more interesting. We'll have a little bit more stuff going on. The when we double up the string, we don't get as many knots from the top to the bottom. So, and there are times where that's a good thing, right? We want that to happen, but maybe not all the time. Wait, that's not right. It's these. Right, because there's a diamond of the red right here. So that's interesting. That means one of these went like that, and one of these went like that. Cool. Guess we can do that on the other side too, right? Yeah, this is a pretty wacky pattern. This is kind of fun and a little unexpected. And this size of a pattern is honestly really close to, like, well, probably exactly this what I was like starting with long time ago, like years and years ago, like back in the 80s. I went with this size, this number of strings, and this was kind of my go-to thing. And then I kind of went for the slightly smaller ones. There was a shop helping me to sell bracelets here in Singapore, and they thought that the other size, the 12 strings, was kind of better, you know, whatever. So then I kind of went kind of heavy on those. I kind of like the smaller ones. I kind of thought that they were sort of like guys and girls both, that these ones seemed a little bit more, a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit more masculine. They don't have to be. I mean, I know a lot of girls like chunky bracelets and stuff, but like this was definitely the size that, you know, I was wearing more back when. So I don't know where that orange goes after that. Oh, it might be going there. Okay. It seems to be going there. I don't know where the other strings are yet, but this sort of makes sense. Like, there's an orange diamond. And then this yellow all over the place here. So this yellow obviously comes up to this red and bounces in to do this. So when trying to sort out a pattern like this, like obviously I could go back over to Bracelet Book and figure out how they did the strings and where everything is. Where's the fun and challenge in that, right? Like, nope. I'd much rather have fun and kind of sort this stuff out. But some of this sorting it out is going to mean that I might not get all the answers right away. Like, I don't necessarily know like where that red was going. And at this point, it might not even actually matter because this whole thing flips. So that's probably doesn't really matter much at all. It's about where things turn up later on, where I need them to be. Those are the more important things. So yeah. So this red comes up this way, right? Does the 5 knots and then goes all the way to the edge, essentially. Like that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just double checking, just to make sure. Yeah. And then the next one comes in over here. So this is this away. Whoops. Yeah, I don't think I could be a doctor. I say oops way too often. All right, so this purple, it's going to do that. And do this. And then I can tell that it comes back because it does another little one of these things. There is so much going on in this. All right. And then this comes all the way back to the middle. You know, realistically, we could do 1/4 of this because the sides are the same. Let's do that. I'm going to show you guys yet another shortcut to things. And then the orange does this, and the red is here. All right, so how that red gets there becomes important. And lucky for me, I can see these things pretty easily. So whatever this little bump out changes directions. And then this little one also changes direction. So look at that. We actually solved that one pretty easy. Oh, if we look, the orange, similar, comes up. See, this one already goes this direction, so this one would have to go the other way. And that brings us right to there. Perfect. And then this yellow, that's pretty obvious. That's one of the easy ones. Again, if we concentrate on the easy ones, the rest of this all becomes super easy. So, yeah, that's always a thing. And this is kind of neat that the purple is actually going to cross itself here. So if one was getting used a whole lot more, like this one here is used a whole lot more, you could actually trade it off. You know, just change the direction so that way you use the shorter one to do the bigger area. So that's a thing. So this brings us to where? This brings us to this. And then the red comes all the way to the center. So let's do that. And then this red comes out here, right? That's the 3 from this. So we're switching into the next progression of this thing. So that's that. This orange now does this, which we can see that at least one of the strings comes from right here. So that's cool. Don't know where the other one goes. We can figure that out later. What's where this is this, so this is yellow, right? Yeah. We're getting so far ahead. Needed to kind of dial that back in a little bit there. All right, let's see. Most of these seem to be traveling like this. They don't do a whole lot of like suddenly change off or whatever. So that's it's kind of nice to know that the person designing it was not trying to be excessive with the zigzags or anything. It's a thing that you kind of pick up on, especially if you're designing your own stuff. Like, how would you want to do it? And then, yeah. So this then comes out. This comes to here. Right, this comes here and out here. And then this comes almost to the middle, but not. And then this red does come to the middle. And then way out. right? Yeah, to there. And then out to the diamond, to that. And then this orange comes all the way to the edge and then back this way to there. So it looks like we're only going to get a couple cycles of the pattern doing its thing, which is fine. It'll be a couple on one side and a couple on the other. This is the purple there, and then the purple here, this yellow, and this orange. And then this was yellow here. All right, let's try to do the easy stuff first, because I got a feeling, oops, there's going to be a lot of the harder stuff as we go along. Right, this is right? Where are we? We're out here, yes. And then this is the purple. So it's possible these two last rows might just be whichever colors they are. If it goes in the right sequence, I'm totally game for that. Yeah, in fact, I kind of like that idea, honestly. The pattern and stuff is all fun and everything, but yeah, kind of see it as a possibility. It looks like, oops, hit the little side thing. That's what I get for not zooming in enough. So yeah, this is going to make it longer, take a little bit longer to actually make the bracelet, because obviously when it's the single stranded stuff, that's kind of a thing. But that said, I think this was the right choice to go with this one instead. And then that'll just come out, and this will just come out. All right, let's see this one. And I'm kind of actually liking the colors that we chose here. I don't know if I have this shade of a purple, but I'm going to look for one. I actually think that I might actually try to make this close to the colors I've actually chosen, just because I'm really kind of liking this setup, to be honest. As you can see, as we kind of go through and we get these ones that, you know, are more obvious, it's leaving us with fewer and fewer out there to actually have to concern ourselves with, which is going to make this easier. Like I said, like that's totally a thing. Let's go back here. So this purple, yeah, I guess it could only go this way, and then from here it can really only kind of go this way, and then here it does its thing, and then it's up and through this way. And that means this red is also limited. So for this row here, we have the choice. We can either do it in red again, like this, or we can do it in purple. That's literally the only two choices we have. And honestly, not because red is my favorite color, I'm going to go with red because look at this. You have the red on either side of the orange, and then you'll have purple on either side of the red. To me, that seems like the cooler choice, right? Because it's just going to make it look super, super deliberate. Which it is. I mean, I'm deliberately choosing that, so. And again, this is one of those things where if you're designing and you're looking at this and you're not sure, you know, you get to make the choice. You get to change it up. If you wanted to go with the purple instead, you get to do that. And that's why I teach, because I want you to be able to make those kind of choices. So check that out. We just basically followed the path for the orange. It landed exactly here where it needed to be. And look at that. And that one's done. So let's go back. Where is... Oh, this orange wasn't finished out going the other direction. It's like, why is there two when there's only one at the other side? Oops. Oh yeah, we got a lot of work down here still. Okay. Fair enough. So the orange keeps coming back to itself, so that's pretty cool. It looks like the yellow is kind of doing the same. And that means this red is going to come back to itself there. Didn't know that. It's cool that it does. Slightly exciting, actually. Kind of digging that. It makes it a little bit easier when you're making things to, you know, seeing where something comes together and where it kind of makes sense. I've designed a bunch of patterns where the colors meet up like that. Yeah, so I didn't have to change the colors in this. I could have just tried to work from like memory or whatever, but that was not my goal for today. I don't want to do that. So I tried to do this as easy as possible, and yeah, I mean, you know, this is a way. So, oh, and my keyboard thing did a thing again. Hang on, Control Shift. My computer keeps doing a thing where suddenly I can't click on stuff. And I don't know why. Alright, whoops, we get that unfixed. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to line this up down the middle and to here. Control C, Control V. And this time it's a horizontal flip. Slide this move tool, and that should snap right into place, and it did. And anchor that layer. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer. It's Windows 10, but it seems to me like it wants to be a Linux machine because it's been misbehaving a lot lately. And I'm not sure if I'm ready to make the change or not, because I don't know if everything I use will actually work. So wow, so there's our bracelet. Wow, that is really cool. It's a lot to take in when you're zoomed out this far. It's hard to actually kind of make out everything. But that looks really cool. That's fun. Very different. Not it's definitely not your arrowheads or chevron kind of thing there. So yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it. Before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters who make these things actually possible. I can't do it without some help. So if you'd like to come join us over on Patreon, you get to see more insights to my personal life and make suggestions and do all that kinds of stuff. So would really appreciate that. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.